President McCarthy, Secretary-Treasurer Blaha, thank you for the opportunity to bring my personal greetings to this great convention of the Minnesota AFL-CIO and its delegates. I had the privilege of representing this state AFL-CIO for 10 years as the Vice President and 20 years as its President. It was a great honor to represent one of the country's finest organizations. In 1985, Governor Rudy Perpich appointed me to chair the Labor Interpretive Center Task Force to explore and develop a labor interpretive center in the state of Minnesota, where school children, families, and individuals would have an opportunity for a hands-on experience to learn about Minnesota's working men and women and how they built our great state. At that time, I made a decision to retire as president of the Minnesota AFL-CIO to commit myself to see the project become a reality. The old Minnesota Science Museum site was donated to house the Labor Interpretive Center, and funding was allocated by the legislature. Unfortunately, the $9 million project was vetoed by Governor Ventura and set aside. Not one to give up the commitment to my dream to honor all Minnesota workers, I worked with Russ Fridley, Executive Director of the LIC Task Force and former head of the Minnesota Historical Society, and came up with the vision to create a workers' memorial garden on the front lawn of the state capitol. In 2002, CAP Board approval was received for the Minnesota Workers' Memorial Garden, and funding was secured for building the memorial wall. The labor movement was very generous in their support, as were many friends of labor and dozens of local unions. The late Congressman Martin Sabo secured a grant from the Washington, D.C. to assist with the project. On October 5, 2009, ground was officially broken and the wall was completed in June 2010, and the official dedication held in August 2010. A 17-year dream became a reality. To complete the vision, a mural was designed by St. Paul artist Craig David, depicting the working women and men who built our great state of Minnesota. The mural was installed on the wall, and it was dedicated on May 30th, 2016. The Minnesota Workers' Memorial Garden stands as a tribute to all of Minnesota's working men and women who lost their lives on the job. The area provides a respite and gathering place for groups and individuals who wish to remember anyone who has ever served in the Minnesota labor force. A very sincere thank you to all the groups and individuals for past and present continued support of this wonderful project. Your steadfast support made my dream become a reality. I also want to express my sincere thanks to those who were by my side and helped create this quiet place for all Minnesota workers to come and honor those who have helped build our great state of Minnesota. This was built for all workers. Please take some time to visit with family, friends, and co-workers so we can all enjoy it together. This wall took 17 years to bring it to reality. The artist, Craig David, put it all together.
A little back and forth with the committee. I created a prototype that was to scale. It was 10 feet long by 18 inches high. This wall is 40 feet long, a little over 6 feet high.
We went one time to near Rochester to his big barn. It was all laid out on the floor. It was just excellent. What an artist.
Although I've tried to keep the figures ambiguous to some degree, my hope is that people, in my mind, this is the people's wall. This is the workers' wall. And people can come to this wall and create their own story. They may not know exactly what that figure is doing, but they might be able to find themselves or someone they love in the wall to develop a relationship with the art itself.
There's all kinds of people on that wall, thanks to Craig David, and Humphrey would have just loved it. many people will come down and find themselves in this mural and be just happy and enthralled that not only does it represent them, it represents their co-workers. It's just a tremendous tribute to all workers in Minnesota. And keep in mind, this was done for people who gave their lives in the making of Minnesota and this country.